So our Sunday dinner album this week is Table of Context by Cautious Clay was his name?
Cautious Clay, yeah.
Cautious Clay. I almost called the nigga Muhammad Ali. Uh like so how did you discover this album?
So I found him. He had so the second song on the album, "Swim Home," was in the show soundtrack for 13 Reasons Why.
Okay.
Doing this like really emotional scene, and I was like, I like this song, so I just kind of found his stuff. And he dropped this album, I think around that same time that that season was out that I was watching it. So that's actually how I came through, found that the project.
Okay. Okay. What's your favorite track on the album?
So the easy answer would be "Swim Home" because that's the first song that I found by him, and it's
My
always
favorite track too.
that first song by the artist that you find is usually that always holds a special place to you, you know. So I'm gonna say that one, but my real favorite is "Something for Nothing," the last track. I just love that guitar riff. His lyrics are like they're very like simple, but they just hit in a certain way. And I remember I started playing guitar or learning guitar during the pandemic, and that song was one of the reasons that made me want to learn how to play guitar.
Okay.
So yeah, I'd say Something for Nothing and Swim Home for sure. But I just love this project in general.
It,
Um,
it's a good project. It's very short, 19
it
minutes.
is very short. Yeah.
Which makes it an easy listen.
Hmm.
A lot of the songs are a little too sonically similar to me. It's
Fair.
kind
Okay,
of
that's a fair
hard to know
criticism.
where some start and some
Yeah,
end,
some
and
end.
they kind of blend together. But that's
Yeah.
that's what happens when it's 19 minutes long. I wouldn't. Does he have longer projects? Does he have more fleshed out projects?
Yeah, he does. Yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
he's got probably 4 or 5 other projects out,
okay.
I
How
think.
old is
Yeah,
he?
so
I mean, you don't know off the top of your head.
yeah, but see, I don't off the top of my head, I'm not sure. He's relatively young. He actually, I think he did a tiny desk during the pandemic. Um,
Cautious Clay
that was pretty good.
is 32, so that's pretty young. Um,
Okay, yeah, he's young. Yeah, so he would have
and
been what, 20, yeah, 25,
he's been
26 when he dropped
on
that album.
since. How long has he been on? He's been on New York City Kid.
Yeah, I
All
think he's
right, all
independent.
right.
He's independent. He plays multiple instruments. He plays piano. I think, yeah, he plays guitar and sax. I think he might play piano, but I can't remember.
Is this his most
Um,
critically acclaimed album?
yeah, I'd say so.
Because I've never heard of
Because
him. So
it's the one that kind of drew people to his stuff. So yeah, I'd say this is probably his biggest project. He dropped another one a year or two, maybe 2 or 3 years later, called Wildfire, and that one was pretty popular too. Well, he's relatively like underground, but as far as underground goes, that one was pretty popular also.
all right. Do you have a story or a moment that attached to the album you want to share?
Let me think. This
So let me ask you this. Why pick this album? What is it? What is it? What made you put this on the list?
Yeah, this album just got me through some tough times.
Okay.
2020 was a really hard year. I went through like a lot of shit. Like,
Fair enough.
I mean, the world shut down. Like, I went through like job transitions. Like, lost like left a job for another job, lost that job, had to find a new job, lost that job. Like, that type of stuff. 2020 was just so crazy. 2020 to 2021 was a really like shaky time for me. So I was like really like rebuilding myself and rediscovering myself, and this album was kind of a part of that process, and it just spoke to a lot of what um I was going through at that time period, just feeling like lost, and also just knowing that there was like something more that wanted to do and more I wanted for myself, just not sure how to get there. And this album
Okay.
kind of speaks to that a lot, while also um grieving like friendships and relationships that had fallen by the wayside in the process. Um and so that, yeah, I think, yeah, that's a lot of what the song or album kind of means to me when I listen to it, taking back to that time period. Because I would listen to it when I was driving and I just like didn't know what the fuck to do, and I'm just like, all right, let me just clear my head, and I'll just go get in the car and drive for 2 hours and just play this album. And I listen to it now and I'm like, man, like that was some crazy shit I went through, but like now it's just a part of a small part of a big story. So it always
Yeah.
makes you feel good to like think about, reflect on the bad times, because it was a bad time, but it was just it wasn't a long time, you know?
So do
Um,
you like revisiting albums you listen to during bad times because okay, let me ask you this. When you listen to an album that you listen to during bad times, does it put you back
mhm.
in that place that negative place, or does it make you feel good that you're no longer there?
Yeah, it makes you feel both. Like it makes you feel good that I'm no longer there, and it just makes you. It reminds me of like it's like a benchmark. Like it just reminds me of like how much I've grown from that standpoint. Like I remember there was a playlist I made during around the same time period called Gatsby because Great Gatsby is one of my favorite stories, one of my favorite characters of all time.
This year's the
And I
100
would
year
just
anniversary of the book.
oh shit, damn, you're
Yeah.
right. I'm gonna have to reread it. Well, reread it again. I already read it this year earlier. So I'll do it again. But and it was just that playlist was just about me like visualizing and manifesting like better future and shit like that. And like, but I was not in a good place mentally when I would play that playlist. But now I listen to it and I reflect and I'm like, damn, that shit felt horrible. And it was like winter time when like I was going through the struggle. Like struggling in the winter is just the worst. It's cold, it's dark every day. Like
The
you know what
sun
I'm
goes
saying?
down. You go to work, it's dark. You get home, it's dark. There's never.
You work, it's like yeah,
It's
like
cold as
you're
shit.
lonely, you're
Yeah.
miserable and shit. Like and
Yeah. It's tough.
yeah, and I remember that time period in particular, I was working, I was like down bad, super down bad financially. So I needed money quick, and I was like, it's either sell drugs, like so. I think what was I doing? So I was doing delivery for Pizza Hut, and I was like, it's either this, sell drugs, or kill myself because I don't know what else to do. Like I was down bad, and so. Like listen to those songs now, and I think back of when I was like running around apartments all over Raleigh, freezing cold, handing out pizzas and miserable. And now I'm just like, and now I'm just like, thank God I'm not in that place no more. And also like, you don't miss the time, but you like are glad you had it because it
There
made
is
you a better person.
something I will look, obviously no no one wants to struggle. And but there's a charm to your focus being that narrow, right? Like
Yes,
you're just focused on getting $20 to put gas in your car, on getting
literally.
enough money to, I don't know, go grocery shopping the next time. And it
Right,
it gives your life like a narrow, obviously this is not healthy. You would not choose to do this. But there's
right,
some
right,
charm
right.
in you don't have to worry about planning for your retirement when you're worried about putting gas in your car. You don't have to worry
Correct.
about which vacation is coming in a year when you have to
Hmm.
put gas in your car. It narrows your focus and it gives
It's
you, it almost
yeah.
makes you like a video game character where you don't, there's less external factors
You're
because your
so
focus is
focused,
narrow.
you don't.
And sometimes
Yeah.
I miss it. I miss not having to think about the big picture because the pressing needs are so much. They
Because
were
just
right
getting to
there.
tomorrow
Right.
is like feel like a fucking marathon. Yeah, no, facts. Like this was that time period we talked about during like the Set It Off episode where like how bad when I was like pawning shit, whatever. So I was
Yeah.
literally selling shit to get cash to get gas in my car so I could do DoorDash and Uber Eats. So I could do DoorDash
To
so that
get
I
the
could
money
have
to
the
get your
money
shit
to
out.
like yeah, yes, to get to work at Pizza Hut to like drive to get the cash every day, to have that to get the gas to do the DoorDash to make the money to pay for my car payment. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, I definitely for sure, I think back on that time period a lot and it's like, man, like that time period I was doing that. At one point I think I had gotten a new job, but then I was also getting in the process of getting certified for digital marketing, which I do have. So looking for new no, I'm kidding. And you know, like at that time period, I was like super locked in, but I wasn't even aware that I was locked in because I was just so like, it was just okay. What's the next thing I need to do today to get to tomorrow? So yeah, I definitely relate to that 100%. Like I dropped crazy weight. Like it was a wild time.
The thing, man, the thing, what in the English, I found myself like, I understand why people who are going through it just play a lot of video games.
Yeah.
Because I would just, this was shit. I lived in Minnesota. So this was in 2012, 2011. It was just like
Hmm.
the video games made me feel accomplished. Like it's like I could
Because
win
you
this
got to another
game.
level.
I could get to
Yeah,
this next level. And ultimately, of all, like you have to entertain yourself in some way. No one's locked in all the time. And
all the
like
time.
relatively speaking, you buy some video game, some Metal Gear Solid, it's $60, $50, $60, and you
Yeah,
get hours upon hours of entertainment. That's as cheap as entertainment's going to get when you're down bad.
100%.
You're
Yep.
not going to find much entertainment cheaper than that. So
Not at all.
they serve a purpose.
They do. They do. And it does kind of in a weird way like it almost conditions your brain to just keep going.
Yeah.
Like it kind of you kind of teach yourself like stamina and like resilience because you're playing the level, you're playing the game, you keep losing, or you can't get past this insert object for whatever type of game you're playing. But you keep playing it, and eventually you get good enough, or you're gonna get to the next thing,
Yeah.
and then you're gonna feel like shit because you can't get past the next thing on that level that you're at.
Because the game's
But you'll
difficulty
think about it.
levels off.
Correct.
That's life though, man. Like you reach one level and then you get the next set of goals and you're like I said, the scope is narrow when you're just when your needs are when everything's a red light. But
Yep.
you reach some calm and you know you get on track with your bills and everything lines up. And then your scope of
Hmm.
focus widens and it's like, you know, someone just I mean a famous saying was
Yeah.
like the more money you make just makes you more aware of all the money you don't have, and it just
Correct.
you
Yes.
you reach a certain level and then you can see it puts you in a room that you weren't in before, and it makes you feel inadequate all over again.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like I finally
Yep.
got out of that old room, and now I'm in this new
Hmm.
room, and now I see all of the things that I don't have that I want
Yeah.
that I didn't even know existed when I was in that old room. So
True. Like, yeah, like imposter syndrome is not a good feeling, but sometimes it can be the best motivation.
I'm not big on imposter syndrome, but I do understand it as a real
Hmm.
phenomenon. I'm
Yeah.
generally speaking, I've never really struggled with confidence, so.
Hmm.
Um, you know, I never really felt like I didn't belong, but you do become
Yeah.
acutely aware of the things you don't have. And
Yeah.
some people it's motivating and some people it's depressing. I'm 50-50 on which, depending on the day. But,
Yeah.
I had a couple of work stories that I just can't tell, but we could talk about it off mic. But you
Yeah, for
definitely,
sure.
it's crazy. It's just to see how people who've been in that room a long time talk is crazy. You'll never,
Because you're like, how are you here?
Yeah, exactly. So you got anything else for this album, man?
Um, let's see. So if I guess if I had a song I'd have to cut, I would probably cut um I'd either cut Sidewinder, which is the intro, or I'd cut Saturday Morning Cartoons. But I do love the feature on the on that song though.
You know, I don't really, I'm gonna give you your flowers a little bit. I don't really do the emotional stuff. I did not like this album, but hearing you
Yeah.
talk about it has
Mhm.
reframed it for me.
Got you.
It made me want to. I've listened to it 3 times. Once this
Yeah.
morning, once at 6:30, and once at 7 o'clock. And if you notice, I've had more questions for you than comments on the album because I just didn't. I
Right,
don't see
right.
it's destructive. Like you brought this album because it meant something to you, and for me to shit on it,
Right.
that's just not. That's not what we're here to do.
Yeah. Right.
Um, but yeah, like now I'm going back and thinking about some of the songs and framing it in the mindset that
Hmm.
you put me in,
Right.
and I'm gonna go back and spin it again.
Okay.
I like it now, having not even re-listened to it. So
Right, right, right. Yeah.
he should put you on the team because you just sold it really
Okay.
really well. So we get
Appreciate
your
it.
flowers for a second there and just say that you took me from just not really liking it. I thought it was one long song, but when you
Hmm.
when you describe it and you frame it in the way you answered the questions and the way you made me think about situations that I've been in similarly, it made me
Right.
appreciate it in the moment more. So
Yeah.
hats off to you, sir.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Next week you
Yeah,
want to
it's
do
great for
R&B
when
or
you're
rap?
night.
I'm sorry, what are you saying?
Let's see. Oh, yeah, I was gonna say it's great for nighttime, and it's great for when you're like in a contemplative mood, or when you just like have some downtime and you just like want to like just exist in a space. That's when the album really uh hits home.
Fair enough. R&B or rap
Um,
next week?
R&B or rap. Let's see.
Which
We've
are
done two
just,
straight R&B albums.
I
So
mean, they're kind of like generic terms, but you know what the
no,
audience
fair.
knows what we
Yeah,
mean. Singing or
yeah.
rapping?
Yeah, let's do some hard shit. Let's do some hard shit.
All
Pause.
right, we're gonna do DMX is Dark and Hell is Hot.
Okay, I'm fucking with it.
Next week, the audience, DMX is Dark and Hell is Hot. It is his debut album. I think 1998 off the rip. So,
Yeah, that's the
um,
year he dropped two number ones, right?
yeah, he did Flesh of My Flesh, Blood is My Blood like 4 months later.
Yep,
Um,
which is some crazy shit.
insane, but to me it's a classic. It's also my father's favorite rap album. So,
Okay.
um, so there's some. I was hoping you picked rap. My R&B
So
one was gonna
there's
be
an
Malibu by Anderson .Paak, but I'm kind of
okay.
let's get some tough shit out here. So we'll